Hi, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to give you a few tips to help your makeup products go a little further. So stay with me. First tip that I'd like to talk to you about is setting your foundation. Now, I had a few people ask me, well, what does setting mean and what does it do? Well, to set your makeup with a powder, it could be a foundation powder, it could be a MAC mineralized skin finish, it could be any kind of powder. I'm going to show you a little tip that's going to help your foundation last much longer. I want you to take a sponge, a little sponge just like this, nice and thick. If you can find them, they sell them for 99 cents in the store. You get 2 for 99 or 2 for $1.29 at the beauty supply store or in the drugstore. And pick up a little bit of that powder, just a little bit, and just tap off any excess. And you're going to take that powder and press it into your skin. You're going to press that powder into your skin. Picking up some more. Press it into the skin. Because what we're doing now, we're not brushing it on. Brushing only applies a very thin, light application. We're going to press this powder and it's going to, and what we're doing at the same time is we're allowing that powder to get right in and absorb all that excess oil. So press it in and you're going to leave it on for a few seconds. You can do something else. You can put on your eyeshadow or something else, because once this is in the skin and we let it sit for a few minutes, we're going to then brush it away. And what we're going to do is pick up our foundation brush, or you can use your kabuki brush, or you can use your MAC 150 brush, but you're going to gently just brush it down, brush it away, because you don't want it to look heavy or thick. And you're going to brush very lightly, because you don't want to brush it away, because you want this to last most of the morning. This will last, your foundation should probably last between 4 and 6 hours if you use this technique where you just press the powder into the skin. And always make sure you get enough powder in the areas where you tend to be oily, because what will happen is that when you're oily, your makeup tends to break down and dissolve or melt away in the areas where you're the oiliest. For me, it's usually right here on my cheek area, my forehead, and my chin. And so I try to just do this every morning. And sometimes I'll touch up towards the middle of the afternoon, like around 2 o'clock. But usually my makeup application stays on all day and it looks fresh throughout the day. So I want you to give that a try. Get a little sponge puff and try it. The next thing I want to talk to you about is this 26 eyeshadow blush palette that I purchased this from Coastal Scents, but I'm sure that they sell this on eBay for like $1 or $2 less. But anyway, this is a great palette because I have an extra palette that I use on my clients when I'm doing makeup, and I find that this palette is the most universal palette that I own. There's a color here for every shade across the board, from the fairest fair to the deepest ebony. And what I like about this is that if you're looking for a separate product to add that glow to your skin or that shimmery highlight, this palette also has it. Now, the smaller pans of shadow are eyeshadow, and the larger are your blushes. But what I usually do is I'll usually take a eyeshadow and use it as a highlight across my cheekbone. Or when I'm working on my clients, I'll use an eyeshadow as a blush. An eyeshadow as a blush here. Here also, I might use this on a. I'll also find a corresponding color to use as a highlight. This is a great idea. You don't have to buy 10 different things to use on your face. This palette is so universal. So if I'm going to use this color here as my blush, I'm going to use this brush, pick up a little color, and I'll apply it to my cheek. And then I'll go back in and I'll use this color here. Now this is an eyeshadow, but I'm going to use it as a cheek highlighter. And it really does add a nice warm glow to the skin. A little shimmer here, and blend it down. This is such a great palette. I encourage you, if you're interested in coastal scent or palettes of this type, you can search on eBay, or again, you can look at coastal scent. This is a great palette to use. It's very universal. And the next thing I want to talk to you about is eye makeup removal. Because this area of the eye tends to be very, very fragile, and a lot of cosmetologists and a lot of dermatologists will tell you that this area around the eye is the thinnest skin on your body, so you have to treat it very gently. You have to, when you're removing eye makeup, you just probably shouldn't just grab something and just scrub your eye makeup off. What I'm going to suggest you do is to, now we all know to use cotton balls or either these cotton rounds. You know, we can find them in the store. They sell cotton balls for like $1, and the same thing for the cotton rounds. I recommend that you use cotton, either cotton balls or cotton round, because there's less irritation to the sensitive area. So cotton is preferable. But the trick is that when you're using your makeup remover, and you can use any makeup remover. This one is by Rimmel. I got this at CVS for $6.99. CVS makes its own great brand of makeup remover that's oil based. And then of course there is the MAC eye makeup remover. Once you put your product on your cotton ball or the cotton round, take the wet cotton ball and just hold it over the makeup area that you want to remove. Because when you hold it there for a few seconds, that's going to allow the makeup remover to penetrate the layers of makeup that you have on, and it should wipe off very easy. You shouldn't have to scrub it off. Just hold it there for a few seconds. Let it just saturate the area so it can start penetrating all that makeup, all the eyeshadow and the eye primer, and then gently, in a circular motion, in this motion, start to wipe away the makeup. It should come off very easy, and it should come off a lot quicker. And that way you'll save your delicate eye area. You don't want to be abusive to this area. And that should work for you. My next tip is sharpening eye pencils. Now, we know if you buy these MAC eye pencils, you know they tend to be when we sharpen our pencils, because they're warm, they tend to be very soft and creamy. And when we sharpen them, they break off. Try this method. Put them in the freezer for about 10, 15, or 20 minutes and let them get very cold and very firm. And then sharpen. You should get a great sharp point. Just make sure that your pencil sharpener is nice and clean. It doesn't have a lot of gook trapped inside of it or around it. And let me show you another pencil that I sharpened. This one is obviously a MAC pencil. This is the original size, so you can see. And I sharpened this one after I left it in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes. And you can get a nice sharp point. Once the crayon becomes cold, it's very easy to sharpen your pencil without being wasteful. So that's it for now. Thanks for joining me. I want to thank all my new subscribers. I hope you find something here that's helpful to you. And with that said, you take care, you be well, you be blessed, and I will see you real soon. Bye.